President Danilo Medina from Dominican Republic invited Venezuela's regime of Maduro and the opposition to have a conversation. President from Dominican Republic is trying to apply the liberal theory for cooperation. He wants to increase people's power and create common goals. The Pope also asked the UN to help Venezuela. A lawyer from OEA investigates if Nicolás Maduro committed crimes against humanity in Venezuela to be judged in the International Criminal Court. 125 people died in the protests against Maduro's government. Maduro is using the military power against their own population, as in the academic definition of terrorism. Maduro said that Trump, the new Hitler of international politics, ordered to kill him. Maduro makes responsible of this to Julio Borges. He said that Trump thinks he owns the world. Realism theory shows how these two actors, Trump and Maduro, way to achieve their goals is through demonstrating their power. The principal actor is Maduro and the state. People from Venezuela and other countries are afraid that Maduro will lie again, saying that he will have conversations with the opposition. Many people affirm that his plan is to avoid other countries' penalties against Venezuela's economy. He's only a cheater. He's making friends with other dictators from other countries. Poet affirms that Maduro's government is anti-democratic. Rafael Cadenas is afraid of living in his country because of the delinquency. Maduro's regime follows Machiavelli instead of Marx's ideas, says the poet. Maduro's party is using the state's money to beat the opposition candidates. The opposition denunciated these actions, but Maduro controls the government. Sociologists affirm that this is called manipulación de masas. The state affirms that the candidates are selfish, that's why they are using their power to control them. As realism says, Maduro is using the state's power and rejected the candidates from the opposition. Maduro said in Russia that the negotiation between the government and the opposition was good. They said that he is lying, he is using them to avoid the country's penalties against Venezuela. Venezuela's economy is the economy of a country in the middle of the war, said Ecoanalítica. United States penalties are destroying the economy of the country with the largest oil reserves. United States is imposing his power with Venezuela, as the realism theory Juan Manuel says. Santos, president of Colombia, said that the mayor's subordinate to the National Assembly is cheating. The president of Colombia said that in Colombia that's illegal and also that it was an alcaldada. That means an authoritarian action. Maduro continues showing that the state's power should be preserved. The United Socialist Party of Venezuela won the mayor job in 17 of 23 states in Venezuela. The National Electoral Council says that the voting was normal, but people said that there were many problems to vote caused by NEC, state's power again as in realism. 18% of the population in Venezuela rejects Maduro's government, but he still won 54% of the votes in Venezuela's regional voting. Maduro distributes food and aid to people. Also, experts suggest that Maduro committed fraud. He's imposing his power in every sense he knows. MUD governors appeared in the Constituent National Assembly, even though they were members of the opposition. The attitude of these members that betrayed MUD shows that people are selfish by nature, as in realism theory shows. Venezuela's opposition won the Sakharov Prize of the European Parliament. This prize was because of their freedom of conscience and because they are against the complete power of Nicolás Maduro. Their will contribute to reestablish freedom, democracy, peace, and human rights, values that belong to the West and to the liberal theory. MUD is not convinced about the December election because of the last cheating in the past voting. They are against Maduro's government. The decision is because some parties are pessimistic about participating and others are optimistic about it. The state's power controls everything and nothing is above, as realism says. Maduro will refinance the external debt. This will be to fight the external blocking of Venezuela's economy. With the realism theory, we can see how Maduro is protecting the state's economy, in this case, the economy of Venezuela. Nicolás Maduro congratulated President Daniel Ortega from Nicaragua because of the victory of the FSLN. Now they control every governmental, legislative, judicial, electoral aspect, and also they have the military power. We can see the characteristic of realism with the realism theory. We can see that the state's power against the population, because every content of mass media must be approved by the state. This is called the law against hate. This law will be applied to mass media, political parties, and social media. If they violate this law, they may be 20 years in jail. Venezuela is more than a human tragedy, said the ambassadors of the United States. Venezuela is a threat to the international peace and security. With the critical theory, we can see that the Ambassador's speech is a way to show that the United States wants to
Created using Powtoon.